All right, all right. Good morning, my friends. Welcome to the J Talk Morning Show once again. It's great to have you on board with me today, and hope you're having a great start to your day. Get up, get out, and get at it. And we're getting up and at it with our Java in the morning, our coffee. I got to come more over this way. There we go, right in front of me. All right. So good morning to you. We're going to kick this baby off today, and I hope you're doing well this morning and ready to get started on another episode. And we're going to talk more about the A-list of leadership. Let's get that up there. There we go. We'll start that. The qualities of an A-list leader, part two. If you remember the old classic, I think it was I know, I can't even think about it. I see the movie in my head, but I can't remember the movie. Doggone it. Something about the bride. I can't remember. Anyway, good morning to you. It's great to have you on board with me. We are now streaming live on both channels of the Facebook as well as YouTube. Now I got the YouTube channel up and out there. And so I'm glad to get that on there. And this makes it a little easier on getting it over there. It's a lot of work to put these videos over there and fill it out. So a lot of work, but I enjoy doing that. And I know it's going to reach some people and hopefully make a difference in people's lives. Right off the bat here, Catherine, good morning to you. It's good to see you on, my friend. Hope you're doing well. So let's get this party started, shall we? Okay, yesterday I started this off talking about two of the qualities of an A-list leader. They were awareness and authenticity, those two right there. Today, what we're going to do is I'm going to talk to you about accountability. An A-list leader is a person who is accountable. He has the characteristics, the discipline of accountability, understanding that you have to take responsibility for your actions. So, there we go. Winston Churchill, the great Winston Churchill, once said, the price of greatness is responsibility. How do we get there? We got to be accountable for our actions and our inactions. We are accountable for our inactions as well. So accountability is about taking ownership of your actions and your decisions. It helps you build credibility with your team members and ensures that everyone is working towards the same goals. Okay, so for like an example here, a leader who takes accountability for their mistakes and learns from them can set an example for their team members and create a culture of continuous improvement. Are you being accountable as a leader? Are you constantly showing up and stepping up when it matters? Do your people see you taking ownership of anything that may have gone awry? I love what I heard one time. A leader said that, and it may have John Maxwell actually too, but I know I've heard this in the military. Okay, as a leader, when you're wrong and you mess up, you own it. Okay, when your team messes up, you own it. But when your team does great, they get the praise. Okay, you talk them up, you don't talk them down. Okay, and when it comes to you owning it. You need to also understand that when you take ownership, you know what? Your trust level skyrockets when your team members see that you will take ownership, even if they mess up. And you say, you know what? Okay, I know you messed up, but maybe it was lack of my communication. Maybe I should have followed up. Maybe I should have facilitated better. What do you think? And that's always what I always encourage. Ask your team members questions, because trust me, your employees, bosses, your team members and partners in the organization, leaders, they have answers. So you need to be asking them questions, okay? So that you and they and the organization succeeds, okay? As a parent, the same goes with your kids. Ask your kids. They have answers. What can we do better? How can I help you? What do you need from me? And this is leadership 101. You take charge of the situation. You take charge and control of the outcomes as well. Now, understand this: you can make the choices and the decisions and actions you take, but you can't make the choices and decisions on the consequences you receive. Okay, so you're not responsible for the consequences. You're responsible for the actions that lead to the consequences. Okay, cause and effect. Every cause has an effect, and every effect creates a new cause. So always be accountable to yourself, to your team, to your family. If you want to be greater, always take responsibility. Accessibility. Now, the next 2 points you've heard me talk about a few times in the last couple of weeks. Are you accessible and are you approachable? I'll go ahead and pop that one on there too. Approachability. Okay, let's go back to accessibility. Accessibility. Can people get to you? Can they get to you? Tim Berners-Lee, an author, he says accessibility is not a feature, it's a mindset. It's a mindset. Being accessible means being available and approachable to your team members. It helps you build stronger relationships and fosters an environment of trust and collaboration. So an example given here is a leader who is accessible to their team members can provide guidance and support when needed and ensure that everyone feels valued and heard. Can your people reach you when they need to reach you? Do they have your phone number? And do they have guidance on when to use that number? Okay. Not everything is an emergency, and everything that is urgent to an individual may not be as high on the urgent and important matrix as someone else. So you want to be cautious there, but you want them to have access to you. You want them to be able to reach out to you when they need to reach out to you. Because if you don't, what's going to happen? They're going to make a decision on their own, and it may be the wrong decision. It could be the right decision, but was it the decision and the pathway that you wanted them to follow? That's the question. So you want to make sure that you are accessible. These open door policies, are they really open door? As a matter of fact, I'd say instead of open door policy, well, do you have open walls? Do they have to go down a long hallway, go through a wall, and then go through a door, close the door? Now it's just y'all in one square room, okay? Do they have that accessibility to you? In other words, if you have an office and there are walls around you, you need to come outside of those walls. They're working as they should be. They're busy as they should be. They're productive, not busy, productive. They're productive as they should be. So if you're doing it right, you should only be working about 20% of the time, the 80-20 principle. 80% of your tasks are already dispatched or delegated out. Other people are assigned. So that's accessibility. Get out there on the floor and walk among them and talk to them and see if there's anything you can do to help them. Okay, the next one is approachability. Like I said, I'm going to cover 3 of them today and see if I can get 3 out of the way. And I'm doing pretty darn good today. I covered 2, and it took me forever yesterday. Okay. Approachability. Benjamin Franklin said, the doors of wisdom are never shut. The doors of wisdom are never shut. You know, the older you get and the more experienced you get in certain areas of life and leadership, you have more to offer. So when people are approaching you, asking for that help, asking for to fill a need, do they feel comfortable approaching you? This is where personality really does play a big part. You know, if you got a strong personality, you're not near as approachable as a person who walks in and says, "Good morning, everybody. How you doing?" You know, and actually stops to talk and communicate. So if you want more from your team members, you need to give more to your team members. And that means being approachable. How do you do that? You got to connect with them. You got to know your people, know them. Not just the managers in your charge, if you're a higher level manager, but what about the team members that are underneath that manager? Do you know them? Okay. Do you know their strengths, their weaknesses? Do you know what they aspire to achieve in life? Do you know what their goals are? Do you know what their some of their challenges are? Do you know these things? You know, keep a record, keep a file, put it on your phone, each person's name. You know, in my contacts, my list of contacts, the people that I have on there, not all of them, but many of them, I go into the notes and I put certain things about them for me to remember. So that's something you can do. You can put it on your phone and have that access immediately and say, okay, I got to talk to Joey. So let's see, what's Joey like? What's going on with Joey? Joey's married. Joey's got 3 kids. Here's their ages. One has asthma, he's having financial struggle, whatever. you know that there's some things you can approach them and say, hey, Joey, how's the family? How's Lisa? How's your little girl? You know these things. Now, it's not an insincere act if you don't remember these things off the top of your head about their life. But it does show a little bit more sincerity when you've taken the effort and made the effort and taken the steps to write down some things. A person that is a note taker, when I give a talk to someone, or I'm giving a lesson and training, or if I'm coaching someone, when they're sitting there and they're taking notes, I know that they are invested. They're invested in me, okay, as much as I'm invested in them. So let them see you take notes. Let's say, I'm going to take these down. Or you don't have to let them see you do that, but at least take some notes so you know your people. Okay, so that's the point there. Okay, so approachability is about being open to new ideas and perspectives. It helps you build a culture of innovation and creativity and ensures that everyone feels comfortable sharing their thoughts and opinions. Okay, a leader who is approachable can encourage their team members to share their ideas and feedback and create a culture of continuous learning and improvement. Okay, so that's what we got for you today. That's what we started off today. So let me go over the 5 that we've covered between yesterday and today. We've got awareness. Okay, have that sense of self-awareness. You're aware of your surroundings. You're aware of your team members. You're aware of what's going on. Okay, you stay constantly aware, and you're always learning, growing. Authenticity. Are you keeping it real? Are you keeping it real, brothers? Listen, if you're not keeping it real, they know you're not keeping it real. Don't think you're faking anybody. Okay. They know when they're being lied to. They know when you're not authentic, okay, and transparent. Transparency also should go in there with that. Accountability, talking about it today, okay, you got to own it. You got to own it. Are you being accountable? Do you need somebody else to help you be accountable? That's the one thing about having a coach in your life and your life leaders, improvements. You want to increase your life. You want to improve your life so you can have a greater impact on others. You want to increase and improve your leadership abilities, your communication abilities, your relationship building, all these things. A coach will hold you accountable. A good coach will hold you accountable to it, okay? That's what a coach does. A coach will hold you accountable to what you said you're going to do that you wanted to achieve and the plans that you set forth through his guidance, okay? We don't give you answers. We lead you to the answers you've already got within you, okay? You just haven't tapped that deep yet. So accountability, we will hold you accountable. Coach Jay will hold you accountable, okay? You can ask any of my former clients. They'll tell you. All right. Accessibility, okay? Do you have access? Do they have access to you? And then finally, approachability, okay? Do I feel safe coming to you? Does your people feel safe coming to you? Or have you built that relationship, okay, with them? So that's what we got for you today, my friends. If you want to learn more about the JKG Consultants and the services we provide for you, just reach out down below. You see our website, my email and phone number. Make sure to text. Do not call. Text. If you call, I'll probably not answer. And if I don't answer, do leave a voicemail, please. Messages with no voicemail and callback information is not going to get a call back. I don't just dial numbers back because they didn't leave a message. All right. So that's what we got for you today. Also, hey, guess what? We got the YouTube channel now. There you go. If you just put hashtag JTalk Morning Show, and there's one of me in a suit and there's one of me holding my arms across. There's 2 separate ones. I don't know why. Somehow I started to create one and jumped and did a different one. So I'm trying to figure out how to delete that one. But the one that I want you to watch has the logo. Let me get it back up here. Has this up right there. Okay, on every single, it's a thumbnail on every single one, and you see it up there in the top too. So that's what we got for you today, my friends. I hope you have a great day. Get out there and make sure that you make a difference today by showing up. Okay, and take all these to heart. Where can I improve on these 5 areas that Jay talked about today? Okay, and make yourself a better leader for your life, for your relationships at home and at work, and together we can make this a better world. Come on, let's get together and let's just make this a better world. And it starts with us. It starts inside of us, and we can do that. So Until next time, my friends, God bless each and every single one of you. We'll see you next time on. Get rid of that. There we go. We'll see you next time right here on the J Talk Morning Show. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, please. I want to get some numbers on there. So subscribe it, share it, and let's get some subscribers on there. And yeah, be cool. I'd like that. I'd appreciate that. All right, my friends, God bless each and every single one of you. We'll see you next time on the J Talk. Oh, and don't forget, get up, get out, get at it.